I measured this to the width of the cowl. I used this old firewall to be. I cut a little 3-inch piece out, which is exactly what I need. And I'm going to go ahead and weld this in here. I've got some splits in it here I got to fix, but I'll get this bottom cowl piece figured out straight, and we'll go back to the radiator. Now that's all patched up, beat pretty flat. I welded it front and back. Got a couple little holes in it. I need to hammer this lip over some. I welded a little piece of round rod in there just to give it a little support and strength. I think that's good enough. I could probably work on it some more, but I got a lot of dents like there and quite a few left up in the side. I want to get it mounted properly, then I'll worry about little fine details. Well, I had to do some more cutting. I cut these edges straight down so it would go in. It's clearing the steering. I've got the edges against the frame here. I marked the center line, and it's lining up best I can tell there with the center. It's got some dents, and these two bottoms are not identical, but there it is at the end. I got about 1 inch over here and about 1 inch over here, and I measured this grill shell, so I think that's where that goes. Guess I'll try to set it in. They built this out of 2 halves of the hood, and then put that T-shaped piece in there. I'm not sure how or why they did it, but don't look too bad. The grill shell is kind of chewed up, not welded right, so I'm just gonna roughly set it in there for now, make sure that it's about the right size, and then I'll take this grill over there and fix it. And there it is setting in there. Of course the shell's been bent. You can see right there just on the right, it's kind of pried down. It's up 1/2 inch or so. The splash pan is pretty straight. It might take a little tweaking, but I welded that all together with an angle iron, so I know it's straight. So you can see some of the bad welds there on this grill. So even if it was right, it's still not going to fit that curve of the pan. I guess basically what I got to do is take that grill off there and see what is going on with it. And I'm gonna have to make that grill somehow fit the pan. I could just weld a little crescent in each side of that pan to the shape of the grill. I'm gonna have to figure out some way of bolting it in there anyway. Yeah, it's way forward. So that grill shell's got to be straightened out. I'm pretty sure that back of that pan is straight. It looks straight in the front, so pretty sure it's straight in the back. So that's what I got to do. Get into that grill and fix it. Patent 81428. It's obviously a number because there's no 8 months. Well, no, maybe. What's that? August, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, August 14th, 1928. Well, this was a whole year old before they put it on the car. Proud of their patent. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this goofy screen off of here. This piece of stainless, of course, is not supposed to be here. And this is some kind of another Chrysler logo. I like that, but don't like the screen. I got to make a grill for it. Anyway, I'll take this thing apart, see what I can do about fixing that grill. This whole mess was just glued in silicone, so I cut that screen out. We'll see if I can pull this stuff out of here. I'll just heat it up with a torch. I'll try to pull it out with pliers first. I'm back here working on this grill. What I did do was cut out these bad corners where they welded it. Welded that all real good. I've got a real bad rust spot right there in the bottom of it. I still have to make the patches so it'll fit the grill shell. But what I decided to do was just weld a good piece of round pipe in here. This is going to make the bottom of it square. And I'll tack this in. I've got it clamped both ways, and I got a piece of angle iron in there to make it flat. So this will make it straight in two directions. I tried splitting it. You can see a little weld right behind those silver vice grips to spread the bottom open about an inch. It still really don't fit the splash pan, and it made it look really stupid. You know, it was real big on the bottom and small on the top. It's already that way, and that just accentuated it a lot. I tried to grind this pipe off where I was going to weld it. I didn't want to grind the whole thing off because I would rather leave some of that paint on there. So I'll have to take a wire brush and clean it up. But this is the grill shell as it sets. You see there on the corner, I fixed that. So this will get it flat and straight, and I'll try just tacking this in and seeing what I got. I want to tack it here on the back first, and once I get that done, then I'm going to bend over this lip right here. Maybe not, maybe I can reach in there and weld it too. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack it all the way around best I can, and then pull all this stuff off of it, and then I can go in there and see where the rust spots are, and maybe cut that out, put a little patch in it. But that'll be part of saving this grill. Otherwise, I have to make a whole new bottom piece, but I don't think I will. The majority of this was good. It's got a lot of little holes in it, but some I can weld and some I can bondo. I'm going to have to make some plates for the corners anyway. So good enough for now. Get it tacked and see what it looks like. And here's the bottom cleaned up. I patched as much as I could in there with weld. Ooh, it's still hot. And the back of it here is got that tube in it. It's patched in pretty good. And basically I can fill this whole area here with bondo, but stable and strong now. More than I could say for it before. So I'll take a flapper disc and knock off those places where they melted through, and I can fix the rest of this with bondo. But that's good enough for what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it to fit that cowl frame. I'll take it over there and have another look at it. Well, it clamped in good. I've got a little tweaking to do right there on the bottom. Looks like the when I put that pipe in there and squashed the middle, left the corners down, I hammered them in a little bit, but that's pretty good. I've got half to 3/4 of an inch on each corner that I need to make some kind of a filler plate. I mean, I don't have to, but sure make it look finished. And you know, it's setting pretty straight. Of course, it's real easy to move. But that's centered, and that's going to be my final height. So now I just put the hood on it, see what it looks like. Well, that's it on that. The grill is setting back just a little. Got a little slope to it, which is pretty much looks like it's matching the cowl. I've got a headlight and headlight bar that goes across here. So where this grill shell goes is kind of going to be pinned by that. I'll put a headlight in it and see what it looks like. Well, this kind of threw me a curve. I put these brackets on here where the lights were pointed forward. And you can tell by the lenses they're supposed to be 90 degrees to that. But they're clearing barely. I can move that radiator back just a little, but something's wrong there. I'll play with it a little and see if I can figure it out. Well, that's the best I could get them. You can see they're both sticking up. I don't know whether I ought to try to mount them different. I think that's a good place for them. It'd be pretty easy to make a bar that goes across these two lights. And I could probably cut this bracket right here and move them down. That might be the way to go. Looks like I got about, I don't know, 20 degrees or something. You could probably do that, just cut a triangle out of the bottom, bend it down. That's probably the best way to go. That way I could get a straight piece across there. The brass on this on the mounts has been cut and welded. Don't know why, but I don't think the see there, angle toward the outside. I'm probably trying to miss something in both of them. Yeah, this one is too. But anyway, the headlights will work there. That one's quite a ways away from the grill because the fender's kind of hanging down. But it'll come up pretty easy. Plus I don't have a light bolted in good. Anyway, That'll answer my question on my grill shell work. Lights are offset to either side of it. So the answer to that is yes. Starts to look more like carved day. Well, I'm gonna take a break here and get something to eat.